Reality is a difficult thing to understand. If you haven't ever trained your mind in just being present, it is difficult to tell the difference between reality and illusion. Go ahead and close your eyes and forget all of your beliefs and ideas. Forget science and culture and what your parents taught you. You will come to see, after a short while, that there are really only a maximum of 6 different kinds of phenomena: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and thinking. This realization is made much easier by fixing the nature of each phenomenon that arises firmly in your mind, and affirming its essential reality with a clear thought, as in seeing, hearing, and so on. It is clear from this exercise that so many of our ideas about space, time, and reality are just concepts, or at best extrapolations of reality. Take time, for instance. In reality, there is just one moment. Neither the past nor the future exists outside of this one moment. And this moment is eternal. Whether we die or are born, these are just concepts. Like the word wave is just a concept used to describe a movement of part of the ocean. No matter how often the waves crash against the shore, it is still the same ocean. Death is only the crash against the shore. Really, nothing has died. It is a physical process which is simply the dissolution of a collective structure of matter. In reality, there are still only 6 phenomena, just as the wave is still only water. And just as the waves come again and again, so too does the process we call death come to beings again and again. At that moment, the constructed reality that has built itself up since the time we were born comes crashing down in a single moment. The mind, however, simply continues its search for happiness, building up a newly constructed reality according to its nature at that moment. The mind then follows after new experiences as they arise, just as it always has. The experiences change, of course, but they are still the same 6 phenomena. The functioning of the 6 senses in the present moment never ceases for one who still seeks after more pleasurable phenomena, since there will always be more and more building up of constructed reality, just as the ocean produces waves again and again. Death is just the end of one wave and the beginning of another. The problem arises when we look at ourselves from without instead of from within. From without, we see only the body in its fully formed state. We cannot see the mind, and so we believe it to be only a product of the normal functioning of the body. From within, we can see that the body is merely an extension of the experiences of the mind, as they coalesce to give us the false impression of a self. From without, it is easy to believe that when the body dies, so too does the mind. From within, it makes no sense at all, just as it makes no sense that the crashing of the wave puts an end to the great ocean. Death is an illusion, just as is the wave. For one who understands reality, it is not proper to say that one believes in rebirth. One should better say simply that one does not believe in death. The attainment of freedom from birth and death comes from the simple realization that this world is made up entirely of an endless process of arising and ceasing phenomena that is completely without purpose, leading only to more misery for one who clings thereto or thirsts for happiness therein. Such a realization as this leads to final freedom from the process of birth and death, as no more craving means no more building up and seeking out new phenomena. At the moment of death, for one who no longer clings to birth and life, the waves cease, once and for all. Or, in the case of one who merely craves and clings less, through training of the mind to a limited degree, there still may be waves, but they are quieter, calmer, free from the storm skies and blowing winds of samsara. Reality is all around us. It is everything we take for granted and for the most part ignore. When we come to see this reality that exists so clearly around us, our minds become clear, calm, and cleaned of all imperfections and addictions. When we come to see reality, the truth will indeed set us free.